welcome back to the 5th and final match of the day, the 15th match of the PEL Promo Tournament. And yes, who is going to be hungry at the end of the day and who's going to be sitting with a nice chicken dinner in their stomachs? That's going to be left to tell as the match plays out. But Cameron, the playing path is going to be fair. It's going to be easy for these teams to hopefully find those loot locations, at least as far as things in theory should go.
Yeah, AVANGAR immediately dropping out of the plane, as is their style. But what you also notice is 4 teams all dropping on military base. It seems that more and more teams are recognizing the strength of dropping out of the plane early to maximize your loot timings as much as possible. But 4 squads on Military Island, it's not going to be that easy for these teams to hold down their position. Simsy, you can see, is able to grab a vehicle away from Ferrari Breach. But we still may see a few early kills with how wide a couple of these players are spread.
We certainly could, and then the other factor comes into play, the rotations off of Sosnovka should we not get that Military Island circle. But as it stands, a few more seconds until phase number 1 will pop, as our players are now starting to at least hit the ground. Boots on the ground, loot in the backpacks is where they're going to be going as phase 1 pops. Oh my God. Cameron,
They did it!
Who's in charge of these circles
Who
on
leaked it? Who leaked it to these teams?
I don't know, but Beşiktaş certainly knew something. Maybe it was just the luck of the draw from yesterday's Erangel games that they said, you know what? We're feeling it. There's something going. You know, the hair on the back of the neck starts to raise.
The Spidey sense.
Yeah, exactly. And out they go. But it is going to be a good position for them. A lot of water in this circle, though.
Yeah. I mean, this is looking very almost exact like the first Erangel game of yesterday. Where, right?
Yeah.
It was the first one from yesterday where it was like most likely going to end up on Sosnovka Island, but there was still a little bit of a threat of it coming back to the mainland. But
we saw Reciprocity kind of line up on the shore before they ended up bombing into the channel. I mean, definitely teams are going to play this interesting, and Quickmath is one of the teams that I'm going to be looking at. They're a team that when they land in Severity and have these military circles, that's one of the reasons why they are up there in second place for the most blue damage taken. I'm
liking what AVANGAR are doing. Because I think on the last time we saw this circle, they looted up in North George. Now they had the fortune of being in Primorsk, and they're sending a Nuktiv immediately over with the boat to just stake claim, put a little bit, like when you go to the beach, you got to get someone to go out there early before the crowds come to get your tent pulled down. You got to get the towels down to wait for everyone else, and then, unfortunately, that means he's got to be the lone guy chilling there for a couple of hours before everyone else comes out fully rested.
Yeah, I'll be there first. I'll be Asver and Maxazor Tok, who just comes in with the drinks. The drinks in the
exactly coming with the cooler.
Grill. Yeah, exactly. It says, thanks for grabbing the spot, man. Happy holiday to you. But nonetheless, certainly going to be a good spot for a Nuktiv of AVANGAR to take up. But Beşiktaş has caught out one of the members of the Ferrari Breachers. Rezu going to be in the building, probably undetected for now. They spot out Jupezic for no tag team, making an early, at least rotation around the western side of Sosnovka. This is one of the squads that landed down here, but they will continue to be under fire by not just Beşiktaş, but also some of the members of that of the Ferrari Breachers.
I think Rezu is known. The way that Beşiktaş are playing this, and they certainly
we'll see how they enter.
They dropped on top of each other. It's
they're working together. They're looking for at least trades here. Yeah, Rezu is going to be trying to find the spray from the stairwell. We'll see if he's going to be able to drop the first one immediately, or if he is going to be flushed out of the game here. He's going to be able to find one. The reset on the stairs is going to be able to be effectuated here, but he is dropped down to 22 HP. He's got to get a different location, but not able to do so as Lux pushes up with the Vector, is able to find the kill onto Rezu.
Lux almost threw that, actually. There was a quick moment that Rezu had a real opportunity to get 2 down. If that did happen, the third member of Beşiktaş was there anyway. But that still looked a little scary, a little tricky. But they get it in the end and just in the nick of time, because look at how many people are trying to rotate in, going over that bridge. Reciprocity are looting all the way from Yasnaya are already on the move at 4.5 minutes in. People are trying to move into the circle a lot quicker this time around.
Absolutely, and this is a product of what these teams faced off against in yesterday's very, very southern phase number 1s. Teams are not going to get caught in those same positions that they felt themselves in yesterday, as O'Connell going to be knocked down by another vehicular accident. Safely, though, able to recover off of this before more and more teams start to at least congregate towards this area on Sosnovka. And that's going to be AVANGAR coming off of the at least western edge. Primorsk going to be departed. They found their boat. Maxazor trying to look for one on Ferry Pier. Might get scooped up, actually, if he's not able to find one by Asverin.
Quickmath are the only team that still have yet to fully leave, but everyone else is trying to rotate through. No
Are you
tag.
surprised?
No tag are still trying to find a place to chill out at, and they run directly into the GamerLegion, who, you know, already had a really big gap in the top two. Give It is there to try and trade it back. Macindark is taken out. Should maybe not an early finish. Hamster is there on the off angle, as well as a couple of other members of GamerLegion. So Give It, he has a teammate alive, but alive somewhere else. But look at this, is a third-party action coming into this. Zoekt and Naam, who just crossed the bridge, are trying to get involved as well.
They certainly are. Bjorn able to find at least a little bit of safety. Give It going to be knocked down outside of the shack. This information needs to be relayed to Bjorn, because he's going to be able to seek some cover and also get the flush. Flush is going to be secured right now, get a little bit of loot, possibly some meds and utility, and then pop back into cover and fully med off of it. Tornado Energy pulling off of Milta will be going at least towards that eastern bridge, looking like they're going to drop down south from that location, but could also be trying to catch out any other team for the north that is looking to do the same. But again, Cameron, Quickmath on a very late rotation. We're at the 6-minute, 15-minute mark in this game, and Quickmath is just now departing.
I mean, again, they were already by default the furthest team away, and the direction that the plane went, they were the last team to arrive at their location. There was no way for them to get there first, so might as well try and grab as much loot as possible. Really, you know, strip Severny of all of its loot before you make your way in, because it's going to be a rough rotation no matter when you start moving.
Vitality has been spotted. You can see the shots on the right-hand side of the screen from the map. That's Tornado Energy putting some shots onto the coast of Milta, where Vitality is trying to find a boat to depart in. Looks like they've been able to find the boat, now pulling it up to the coast, trying to avoid these shots that are just raining in from the west. All 4 members of this Vitality squad going to be piled into that vehicle, trying to just bob and weave, and it's on fire. Oh my God, a full squad wipe from the boat explosion on a Team Vitality in 16th place. That is not the way that you want to end a day, Cameron.
No, and this Team Vitality, they needed to have a good game, because they still, this entire day, have just been drifting back and forth between in the top 4, out of the top 4, in the top 4, out of the top 4, and that's just super brutal, super unfortunate. But on the flip side, Tornado Energy, they didn't commit to a full camp of the bridge. You can see them moving across the bridge right now, but they expected at least one team to go for boats in Milta, because they're the ones that looted Milta. They didn't go for the boats. Boats were there to be grabbed. And so they said, you know, let's wait for about 30 seconds, maybe a minute. Let's see if we can't grab anything. And they saw the opportunity and were able to land enough of the shots. When you have 4 barrels staring at the same vehicle, it's certainly going to go up.
It is. And they unfortunately weren't able to diversify their risk, only able to find 1 boat, and it wasn't enough. Bombing in, though, into the last compound. Yeah, Jupizik going to be knocked down and out. He tried to combat the likes of Northern Lights, and unfortunately found an untimely ending. Out in 15th place they go. And that was a rough military landing for them. I mean, no tag team, they were not able to find a single place to really securely call home off of the initial drop.
Yeah, and it looked like they were there super early, so I don't really know what happened.
There.
Yeah,
I'm a
little confused, but you know, nonetheless.
I'm still just amazed at that explosion of the boat wiping out the entirety of Vitality. That's one of those moments where you just say, hi, Twitch Clips.
Okay, so this is the big struggle of Reciprocity's traditional cross across this river. Desperados this time around, they usually have gone deeper and deeper into the island, but they've actually stayed closer to the coast, which is an easy sight line to catch out Reciprocity. A good nade comes in, and first place team around 14th.
A devastating end. Another one after Reciprocity went out at 16th place in the previous Erangel game, so definitely not finishing the day that they wanted to have here on Erangel. Next shift comes out. It's going to go hard shifting down to the southeast. Sosnovka Island confirmed here. And water going to be in play off of the southern coast. Rotations coming out now as Quickmath is going to be probably dipping back into the blue zone, Cameron.
I mean, that's the really only option that you have coming along the eastern bridge, right behind where Riddle are currently going, and Riddle are also going back out into the blue. This early in the game, the blue doesn't do that much damage.
No.
This is absolutely the play that you want to do in both of these squads' positions. And this is really good in this circle as well, because not that many people go to the south of Sosnovka Island that early on the previous circle. And so it's going to be quite wide open for them. We saw Tornado Energy take a compound there earlier. PG-18, on the other hand, coming in from the opposite side, only just now entering the circle, and they have quite a far distance to go. I'm going to estimate around 2,000 meters to go to get into the next circle.
Yeah, it's about 2 kilometers.
I really hope that they have some jerry cans in their back pocket, because boats eat up gas more than any other vehicle.
They certainly do, and they will be making their way at least a few entry points on this southern side of Sosnovka. Only one team has been able to secure a spot on that beach, and that's going to be Tornado Energy. Down here to the southwest, though, the military proper base will be the members of Ferrari Breach. Washout and the rest of the crew going to be holding on to Grandma's, and then the solo building down to the south.
Riddle Ice swimming across. Is he? No, he's not the last remaining member of 7. He actually has his teammates all driving up around where Quickmath's zone rotation is going, which we may see an engagement there. But Riddle Ice is, I guess he's kind of the guy, the man of last resort.
Yeah, he's the insurance policy.
Yeah, just in case something bad happens, and something bad might just happen. We see a bike in the air.
That was big right there for 7. They were able to stall out on the bike, which allowed them to quickly hop off of it and then find the frag onto Mize. However, they now find themselves in the sights, the 8-time scope of Enzalenzo, who's looking to try to find those mini 14 shots. Doesn't have that window and needs to reposition. Moving very slowly, expecting one of the members of 7 maybe outside of his building. Nades coming in. Pressure being applied onto both of these teams in the blue zone. I mean, Cameron, we heard the desk talk about it. Quickmath have spent so long in the blue throughout this series of games played out throughout the course of 3 days, and none of it has helped them in terms of their performance. They have not been consistently at the top of the leaderboards. They have been finding very, very rough finishes in these matches.
Ooh, good nade. Crab drops Peltzage. It's just 2 members. There's only 1 member left, actually, from Quickmath. Just Juho. No, it's Enzalenzo off on the far side. But those 2 players are actually quite separated from each other. And we saw just previously Enzalenzo was aware that I believe it's Buster from 7 still remaining. But away from that engagement, looking back on Beşiktaş, have a good, nice spread of this compound position. Going to be blocking Zoekt and Naam's approach. But Zen have a hilltop. If Ivo can land a couple of shots,
Juho going to be taking at least a little bit of spray. Pelt's going to be knocked down and out. 1 remains for Quickmath as the blue zone continues to take away at their health slowly but surely. But when you spend this much time, Cameron, and when you're under fire, your meds, your utility, it's all going to be depleted. And you have to wonder, whoever wins this fight, what lays ahead of them in this game?
At the same time, for both of these teams who are caught not on the island and with a shift like that, this is actually not a bad situation for the winning team because it's like, oh, points. At least I have something now. Like, if they finish Quickmath, which is looking very, very likely, that's 4 points. That's kind of what you actually want to go for, aim for as your average, and everything else is just kind of like extra on top. But they're getting a couple of those points, and they're already sending 2 people across to try and potentially get more placement points. The shift is going to come out. It's going to center up on the military base itself, and so many teams have taken position on the hills west of it. They're going to have to come through Beşiktaş's compound, Northern Lights compound, if they don't want to make a long rotation down to the south. But on the eastern side, we see Riddle here actually trying to bomb directly into the base as quickly as possible. If they can take that air traffic control tower, that could be very, very useful.
They're going to be pulling off at the bunkers.
They're going for the bunkers. I don't know if I'm super into that idea.
No. The bunkers aren't necessarily a powerful position to play, especially when you have so much open in front of you that you could have scouted out with possibly 1 player. Bunkers, they're wide open inside and then wide open area surrounding it outside when you have to disengage.
If you're able to play on top, they can give you some advantages of high ground. I think their concern is that they don't know if anyone else was already in the military base. And if you're not 100% sure, take the lesser position that you know is free. I can certainly acknowledge that.
Yeah, definitely can see at least why they would be making that call. Here is Zoekt and Naam going to be approaching the garage buildings here on the western side of the Sosnovka military base. Grenades coming in from Unity. Shots coming in as well, trying to find their connections as Redkrint and the rest of the Unity 2-2 split going to be firing in from a different angle back here in the blue zone. We thought they'd be departing, but no. 7 going to try to at least get a few last-minute shots on the Enzalenzo and Juho. They were able to get the res. Quickmath keeps 2 alive, 2v4 scenario as the rest of 7 continues on. They've realized now in Phase 3 with the blue zone transitioning, well, maybe we need to get out of here.
Buster's probably going to be taken down by the blue, but his teammates arrive in time to pick him up. If he doesn't get a bandage off in time, there it is. Should be an easy revive there. Enzalenzo is trying to go super aggressive. I don't know what the med situation is like on Quickmath. Oh, wait.
First aid going to be going off for Enzalenzo.
Is Crab just leaving Buster behind?
I mean, here's the thing. What does Crab have, though? Does he have the opportunity to even stay?
He may not have meds himself either. So
these teams have been in the blue for almost 7 minutes, Cameron. It's absolutely insane to think about that. I mean, we always say Phase 1, 2, the blue zone damage, not too bad. But when you're in there for the majority of the first 3 phases, insane.
Yeah, well, at least 7 are able to get inside the circle. Frank is inside. Back on Beşiktaş, though, in an engagement with GamerLegion.
Tomo taking a lot of damage, dropped down to 14 HP, needs the support of his teammates. As we take a look back down to the bridge, GamerLegion, though, on your main screen, continue to ride around the base. Going to be deploying some smokes, trying to at least get some concealment to work their way up, but continuing to take shots as the members of GamerLegion get tagged down. Both going to be dropped down to about 70% HP. Grenades going to be raining down the hill, trying to find Pater, but Beşiktaş is taking casualties. Northern Lights, the third party from behind, are able to find one.
The Northern Lights are actually doing a really aggressive maneuver, pushing up onto this hilltop once they heard the fight come out. Quick little call in onto 7 to see how they're doing. They're doing fine. They're still medding up, and I feel like they have enough meds to survive and at least get inside the circle.
Another shift going to be coming out. You see it shifts over to the eastern side of the military base, but the sprays continue to come out from the likes of GamerLegion, who have 2 bleeding out. Just going to be Vex left alive and on his feet. 50 HP, grenades raining down. That could be a huge one on top of the tree. It's going to be able to find one. Quickmath, out they go. Not able to cross that eastern bridge. Will be going down and out in 13th place position. 12 teams remain. Beşiktaş still trying to at least face off against both squads, presenting on 2 different angles. Perfect, trying to take the peaks down the hill. Quizzy going to be helping him out. GamerLegion gets eliminated. Simsy going to be spotted out. Spray comes in, and that's almost going to be Beşiktaş eliminated. 1 left on their feet. It's Ultra trying to stay alive, and he's not going to be able to do it. Out in 11th, go Beşiktaş.
I think they had a couple of kills in the beginning of this game, but it's still been a unsuccessful day for Beşiktaş compared to their first 2 days. I think they're still in the top 4, but a really good push by Northern Lights to recognize the situation that was in front of them. They took full advantage of it. They took a couple of casualties. A couple of players got knocked down at least, and I think they may have 1 player finished off, but still picked up some points, and they now have control of this northern part. We'll see how helpful it is when they have to move towards the east where the circle went. Tornado Energy, though, on the opposite side, and actually back to 7. Edelweiss.
Oof.
This was the solo player. This was the player that swam across.
Yes, this was the insurance policy. Definitely going to be separated. Keep that in mind from his other 2 teammates. He is going to be all alone, at least on that side of the circle. Vascu tagged down very low, about 1 or 2% HP, as he holds onto the garage building right next to the members of Unity.
Ferrari
Carrie,
Breach
this game has
in.
been a mess. Okay,
It has.
It's absolutely been scrappy. It's been absolutely crazy, and it continues to be that way as Blaston is able to find 2. Akko going down. Edgecon's going to be flushed out of the game, and FBI is getting third-partied. Desperado's Coldamenta able to find the Mini 14 steal onto Oko.
Oh, I love this push by Washout, but the down player called him out. He did get the finish on that player, but doesn't know that. Oh, well, never mind. Thank you, Desperados. Thank you very much. Recrimp bled out. Oko gets that point. He's just Washout with the tiny little position to hide in.
Otherwise, come on, you gotta make it. The blue zone continues to tick away at your health. 11 HP, 8 HP. Able to get a boost back up to 10. 4, 1, no, not able to make it. He will be going down onto his knees and bleeding out. That leaves 2 remaining members of 7 on the completely opposite side of the circle, trying to stay alive. They've really been through it this game.
So here's the thing about Tornado's energy decision-making up until this part of the game. That compound, if it stays in the center of the circle, is very, very powerful. It's probably one of the most dynamic and overpowered compounds because it's surrounded by just empty space. But now they have to move out of it into that empty space. They're going to be taking a lot of damage. They're going to have to really work with their whole, team bounding, leapfrogging process where they go out.
Washout trying to prep grenade, trying to find that last member of Unity on this side of the airfield. Won't be able to find the tag onto Orange Snow, but will not be for a lack of trying, as one of the members of PG-18, he rolls up to the bait crate, and the bait was set. The trap goes off. Inactive able to find that knock onto Diaz with the DP-28. The recipient, though, of some return fire will be finding cover on the tree as PG-18 continues to take damage. It continues to at least receive damage by Inactive. He's going to be pushing out now very aggressively. PG-18 taking casualties left and right as Tornado Energy from a distance finds the Mini 14 tag.
Vanguard need as many points as they can get. Able to get a couple onto PG-18 pushing forward. Orange Snow's going back for the engagement, but it's going to be pulled a from Desperados, who have been in that ACP. The compound that I really hope that Riddle was going to go for, but the circle is going to shift off of it. And actually gives a good opportunity for Tornado Energy if there is any cover for them to find. They're wide out, open in a field. No one's approaching them too aggressively right now, but they want to take care of a Vanguard. They want to establish space while they have the opportunity, because the more and more people are going to be arriving, the harder it's going to get for them.
You know what else Tornado Energy wants to establish? The Kings of Erangel for day number 3. This would be a back-to-back finish if they're able to claim another chicken dinner here, but they still have to work through it. 8 teams alive, 21 players, a 3 players per team average, and Tornado Energy has 4 up. Nailip going to be dropped down. AVANGAR able to find the nice Mini 14 shots to continue to apply pressure onto the squad just to the north of their position, and this was the window they needed.
Yannick prone down. only player alive for PG-18, and he's waiting for Nailep to crawl to him. He's kind of stuck in a rough spot right now, can't maneuver around. He's actually decided to say that he's standing up. He found an opportunity to try and go for an engagement on the talk.
Who's a solo player for
Yeah,
AVANGAR.
1v1.
1v1 with a lot on the line here, going on to 8th place. Both of these teams are looking for big points. Yes, but the push comes in. Tornado Energy is playing this aggressively. Example going to be holding on to this angle, this eastern flank with the Mini 14. Toke, though, is able to find a nice loot infusion. And remember, one of the members of PG-18 pushed up to this loot crate and died there. So that is definitely going to be something that Toke was looking to pick away as he continues to rotate around the southeastern bend of the circle.
Yannick, in the meantime, is able to get Nailep picked up. So they still have 2 up, and they're isolated in this corner. They just, right when that happened, as quickly as up, he goes back down. Tornado Energy getting a lot of shots, and they're being very, very active.
That they are, and they need to be. Activity in this game is necessary. Confidence is going to be key here, and the teams that have played like that have been picking up massive, massive points. Tornado Energy continues to light up the kill feed, but now Desperado is off the air traffic control tower. Will be trying to bomb down some nades, and in the air, narrowly missing its mark. That could have been huge if it was just a meter lower.
Yeah, Northern Lights versus Desperados, they both these squads need to take care of each other before they can even think about going to the circle. But where is there to go? I hope they have vehicles, because the only option is going to have to just drive quickly across that field into some piece of hard cover, whether it's the wall, whether it's a tower or something. There aren't that many pieces to choose from.
They're going to have to fight.
Desperados, they got a smoke wall, and they're actually going to be pushing directly into Northern Lights. But Crab here on the angle, as well as the spray from Perfect, from Quizzy.
Northern Lights are able to find most of those downs. However, Crab finds a kill steal away. So 7 continues to be a threat here on that side of the circle, as Desperado will be eliminated in 8th place position. But in Phase 5, that blue zone begins to do a little bit more damage than what we saw in Phases 1, 2, and 3, obviously. And Riddle Esports is going to be spotting out Northern Lights from a distance outside of this zone. They are going to be applying some pressure, but also have to worry about this rotation. This is one of the farthest that Riddle Esports has made it into a game, and they're looking to try to capitalize on this now.
So they had a good position up until now. They're going to have to leave the cover to go. Really, the only place to play here is going to be the wall. And I don't know. We're going to see a really, really quick finish, I believe. Tornado Energy just finished off of Vanguard, still have 4 up. And this actually kind of works for them in a way, this circle shift. But Northern Lights, I don't know where they're going to go. They're run back out into the blue. Perfect has no meds to do so. Quizzy grabs some, going to bring back and share.
Hopefully they got
he's gonna share. He's gonna drop one.
Haven't seen anything hit the ground just yet. Not sure if he's gonna have anything to share as they continue to hold on to a very dire position. Pretty much dire in terms of the blue zone damage that will be presented to them very shortly. Tornado Energy, though, picks up their 9th kill of the game. They're almost into double digits as they look onto the airfield.
What are they doing?
You know, they're just having a little bit of fun. They're having a little bit of fun, Cameron. What do you do in this situation?
Yeah, they're denying points.
Yeah,
exactly.
They're giving the viewers at home a show.
They're making it interesting where they're actually punching each other out.
Yeah, you know, so I get it.
But let's look at 7. Actually,
yes.
7 are able to find this tower, and they're taking a lot of pressure from Riddle. Riddle have multiple angles that they can peek into the entrance while both of these players are kind of stuck in their own spot. But still, not expected them to get this late in.
I like 7's position, though, based off the 2 UASs that they've been able to at least make into a V in front of that entryway of the watchtower. Now pulling out behind that UAS cover, we'll be trying to find the tags onto Hjord, who is going to be the recipient of a massive shot. 82 damage going to be applied right in the eye is where he received that bullet, and we'll be trying to reset. The first aid goes off. PG-18 can be eliminated. That could be the 10th kill right there for Tornado Energy, I believe, unless they already hit that mark. But they've kept 4 alive. 4 teams remaining with 10 players alive. Cameron, it is looking like Tornado Energy could be bombing away with another victory. Back-to-back chicken dinners in these Erangel matches as they hold on to the south. But the battle rages on up here to the north between Riddle Esports and 7.
Riddle got a nice nade onto Crab, and no pickup allowed. Zinsan with the final shot into Francario. They're going to rush forward and take that position, because that actually could be very, very powerful. But they want to get there before Tornado Energy. That's actually, some nice verticality over them, but Compod also going super aggressive to get the crossfire. Vasku is off on the side and could kind of punish Tornado Energy's hubris on this, but a nice nade almost makes the correct angle.
We'll be throwing them back and forth. Both of these members of these squads just about a meter or two short from finding an absolute frag on top of the other. Tornado Energy going to be trying to bomb center with their other teammates next to this wall. Melman able to get there safely, but the shots continue to come out. Zinsen not going to let them get there without feeling the pressure, feeling the hurt. The peek's coming out though. Melman might be able to find a tag onto Zinsen if he's not careful. And there it is, 89 damage to be applied right there by the members of Tornado Energy onto Riddle Esports. And Riddle continues to hold on to at least a safe part of the zone, but it's wide open if they have to shift in this next circle. And again, Cameron, we have 3 teams alive, 8 players alive in phase number 6.
Yeah, like I said, it was going to be there weren't a lot of positions to play. And Vasquez coming alive. He's starting to, I think, shoot a little bit. He's spotted out by Riddle, but don't know how long he's going to last. He's going to try and make it to that plane, but that's not going to happen. He's trying to get some points for himself while he can. But Example finds his 5th kill on him. And now it's just Riddle versus Tornado Energy. Tornado Energy actually have the wall. 2 Riddle players need to make it to that wall if they want to get a good angle on Tornado Energy. But on those, what do they call it, like canisters, the tower things?
Silos.
The silos. They actually have a nice off angle, but the wall. Tornado Energy, they just need to prone behind that wall and they can't get shot.
That is what they need to do, but all 4 of the members of Tornado Energy have made it to the wall. They've got the car coming to work off of 2. More tags continue to come on to the members of Riddle Esports. You know, Cameron, even though they still have 3 alive, they have been whittled down. You have to think that Riddle Esports' helmets, armors have all been lost or almost completely destroyed. More shots come out. Eliag able to find the Mini 14 headshot onto Zinsen. He's going to be going down. Hannibro immediately trying to stick this res. They've got time to work off of. They don't have to immediately pressure this. Phase 7 is in full effect. There's still 2 more phases to play out in the game. This has been the most deadliest game of Erangel of the tournament so far.
Riddle need to find some headshots. Now, Melman takes a little bit of damage, has to fall back behind that crater. But, sorry, this crate. The crate is only even more opportunities to play around for Tornado Energy. They have everything going for them. They have the players, they have the equipment, they have the territory, and they have the kill points.
They are certainly looking to close out this day in high fashion, and if Tornado Energy is able to do so, pick up 10 points from that chicken dinner, Cameron, going into tomorrow, a lot of possibilities open up for this squad here, but they will be at least continuing to face off against the pressure of Riddle Esports. They're not going down without a fight. This is going to be Riddle's best performance so far of the tournament, and they want to continue to at least try to find something. A chicken dinner for both squads is going to be huge here, one for the boost of the morale for Riddle Esports, and the other for the points of Tornado Energy, rolling into the 4th and final day of this tournament.
The circle shifted up. It doesn't necessarily favor one team over the other.
What a wide peak. Hannibro, though, able to find a connection, putting Compot back down in the prone position.
Riddle have stopped peeking so aggressively, but they've lost a lot of helmets, so they really can't peek as aggressively anymore. Just where can they go? There are those missiles that they could look at, but I don't even think proning behind them will give you enough cover to really hide.
And this is the interesting thing here, Cameron. This is Phase 8, so we do see where Phase 9 will ultimately collapse on that center point in between those 2 missile points. Hardly anyone, though, has a vehicle. It's just going to be the members of Tornado Energy. If they can safely bomb center and get that set up, they could secure the game right here, right now. The members of Riddle Esports, no vehicles to their name. They're only going to be on foot. They are in a position, though, to choke off any type of push coming out from Tornado.
Watch this. Hjort has to push forward along the wall. A smoke came out to allow him to block vision to do so, and the distraction from his teammates is getting really close, and that being that close could be beneficial. He gets a first knock on the Compot, has to fall away before the nades come out, but it's still a start.
Has been able to at least even the odds, the 3v3 scenario. Both teams in pretty much identical positions in terms of what they have to play off of in Phase 9, popping in just about 10 seconds time. The ultimate collapse of the ultimate game of day number 3, and they continue to take the peaks. That's Riddle Esports. Zinsen off of the left-hand side of that tank will be spotted out down into the prone position he goes. Hannibro trying to make the push, trying to bob and weave, but he's not going to be able to do so, and he does go down. Will be almost flushed out of the game.
For example, hops in the UAZ. This is a huge play.
Oh!
He does get dropped out, but the final shots come in the last few seconds. It's going to be Tornado Energy taking the win with, I believe, 14 kills. And then it's 2 wins in a row for these boys.
Yeah, they don't just take the win. They take Erangel here today, and they're going to be extremely happy with their performance. They didn't just get chicken dinners, Cameron, with low kill counts. They got high kill counts with the chicken dinners, which propels them likely into a position to have a huge day tomorrow.
I like how Riddle played the ending of that game, though. When
very good.
The cover was definitely heavily in Tornado Energy's favor. They still tried to force these opportunities open, and you have to wonder if they had the same number of members as Tornado Energy, if they had access to the vehicles, same as Tornado Energy, they could have gotten more out of it, but nonetheless, still a good second place finish for Riddle, who you saw the very end since with a quick little shrug.
And a massive sigh right before the shrug as well.
Yeah.
Like that was a pretty tense moment for Riddle right there. There was so much on the line for them to grab a first place again. Like I said, it would have been huge for their morale boost, but just making it to second was pretty good.
I think they were actually, Riddle was the team brought up by the desk in the very beginning of the day to ask, like, at what point when you're so far down does it was Joro. He was talking about a team when suddenly they have nothing to play for, do they suddenly play more free or do they get really depressed? And Riddle seemed to be playing more free. I don't know. I'm liking it.
You know, we've heard some interviews with their team, and I don't think they're a squad that is going to get depressed even if they have bad performance here. Again, like they said, we weren't even supposed to be here.
Yeah.
But for the unfortunate mishap with M19's visas, we would still be back in contenders guaranteed. Now we have at least a chance to fight.
Yeah.
They're not really having a lot of success here, but they are here nonetheless, and that's what they're happy about.
They got success that final game. It was a really good run for them. But they did say they're just treating it as vacation, which, you know, what could be not much could be a worse vacation of playing video games.
I mean, I guess, but another huge win. I mean, Tornado Energy, what a dominant hold. They were able to land on the southern side of Sosnovka, and from there, they just continued to push up north, obliterating teams in their path.
I was really worried for them, but I don't know how worried they were, and let's ask them themselves. Dave?